With the world grappling with questions of receiving economies and livelihood following rippling effect of the coronavirus-induced lockdowns and restrictions, many have called for bailouts and capital injections to businesses. As an executive member of the Development Bank of Southern Africa, Mohan Vivekanandan is at the forefront of developing and deploying such solutions. He joins us now from South Africa. Welcome to the show. Now, what investment areas does Dbsa want to focus on to assist economic recoveries through infrastructure development?
We typically do the equivalent of about $1 billion worth of long tenor lending every year. We continue to invest a lot in municipal infrastructure. Roughly a third of our funding goes towards working with our municipalities to continue to invest in critical infrastructure like water and sanitation, electricity distribution, and rolling out the roads networks as well. The population of the bigger municipalities continues to grow rapidly. And so there's a lot of push on for that urban infrastructure as well. So that's a third. And then the last area is around regional integration. We want to physically connect South Africa with the rest of the continent. I mean, we all know about the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, the opportunities that's going to create, but it's only going to be available if South African goods can be exported easily into the rest of the continent.
Now, the bank recently ventured into green bond. Why is that, and why has it become so important?
There's a lot of investors, institutional investors, that are looking to make sure that their funds are going towards sustainable infrastructure, including climate financing. So this 200 million euro facility, and it was a private placement with our longstanding partners, the French development agency, AFD, is, on the one hand, from our side, it allows us to get access to medium to long tenor euro funding at reasonable rates. But it's also allowing us to expand over time the pool of funders, because there's a lot of these funders globally that are very interested in funding climate finance projects, and it allows us to tap into that source of funding to then on-lend into projects like renewable energy, green buildings, water and sanitation infrastructure.
Why are events like pension funds and alternative investment in Africa so important for the sharing of industry knowledge and expertise?
We focus on infrastructure, and there's a very natural linkage between infrastructure as an asset class, which is pretty steady, stream of income over a long period of time, with the needs of institutional investors who are looking for exactly that. So, it's a great marriage. And, for us, though, it's to be able to tap into those sources of funding, at the longest tenors possible, to be able to do the work that we do, but also continuing to communicate to those investors the work that we're doing, because in some of the cases, it's not as well known. And it's really about building that symbiotic partnership between ourselves, who's a funder, but then the institutional investors who can provide the long-term capital, and then working closely with project sponsors who are going to actually do the work on the ground.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity.